Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Cassini project. Sorry we had to miss last week. We had, let's just say real life decided to crash the ship on us. Literally. We'll not get into that. But anyways, we're back, and we're actually going to start tonight with our couple members of our crew just having lunch in the mess hall. And Ferasan is just kind of showing off his new duty uniform. So, how's it look?
You know I still don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
But you wear it well.
Oh, thank you.
You have to call me ma'am now. And she just has this impish grin on her face as her antenna just kind of like splay apart.
One of his races and the other goes back and goes, I thought I was already calling you that.
No, I meant outside the bedroom this time.
So, Doctor, how are things in sickbay?
For the moment, they're doing quite well. Well, I'm assuming that things will eventually pick up, but for the most part, it's been...
Yeah. Let's enjoy it while it lasts.
I'm intending to. And the lieutenant's right. The uniform does fit you very well.
No, I'm not a lieutenant. I don't got any rank. Guess I'm just a crewman.
I think he was talking about me.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Kagon, can I ask, how are you handling everything? I mean, I know Klingons are a warrior race, but you're a scientist. This has got to be boring as sin for you.
I wish it were. It has been rather frustrating trying to find methods of traveling back to the future only to be thwarted repeatedly. So, in the meantime, I'm doing what I can to assist the doctor.
No, trying to get sending a shuttle to warp 8.8?
Kagon just frowns.
Okay. Obviously don't get the joke.
It took me a minute, but I just got it.
I don't get the joke, hon.
Okay, I'm gonna have to reacquaint you with some of the ancient Earth classic movies next movie night.
Okay.
And it's at this moment you hear, senior officers, please report to the bridge.
Duty calls.
You guys walk on the bridge. The captain is not present because the moment you step on, Lieutenant Ryuk goes, he's on the QED with the admiral right now. Something's going down.
Raz just like cracking his knuckles as he settles into his helm console.
Well, this will either be good news or this will be bad news.
That's not terribly descriptive. This is the Iconian War.
So, bad news then.
More than likely, yes.
So it's just like, so we just got to pick between bad news, the terrible news, or the just plain awful news.
Which, given the
Basically.
star date, we could probably narrow down rather easily.
Ariel chimes in. There are several events that are transpiring that are all bad.
Thank
Thank you, Ariel. Keegan just says with a reserved sigh.
Again, it's the Iconian War.
Yes,
What time
it's
of-
the Iconian War again.
What time of day is it? Is it like first start of shift? Is it your end of?
It's middle of alpha shift. About, say, 1 in
Okay.
the afternoon. So, it's not super late, but it's not, it's nowhere near the end of shift either.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. And it's at this moment that your commanding officer walks in from the conference lounge.
Oh, good. You're all gathered. All right.
Are you
Tom-
called?
Yes. All right. We do have new orders. Helm, go ahead and set a course for Cait.
Aye, sir.
All right. I assume we have new orders coming in. If anyone would like to answer, brief everybody.
I would like you to brief them, please.
Okay. We've been given new orders from Starfleet Command. We have a pressing need for shipyards to repair ships. The biggest source currently not under the threat of the Iconians is the Ferasans. Unfortunate negotiations with them fell through for one reason. The Patriarch is currently not on Ferasan Prime. At the time being, he has embedded himself with a KDF unit. And his current location is Cait. It stands for to approach Cait using silent running and extract him to return to Ferasan Prime to continue negotiations.
It's just him, right? And there's no. His sister isn't going to be there, is she?
We were only told to extract the Patriarch.
But there would obviously be the other KDF personnel that could complicate matters.
And the pressing need and our number one priority is the Patriarch.
What if he decides he doesn't want to come with us? Are we going to force him to come with us?
We negotiate aggressively.
That is a bridge we are going to cross if and when we need.
I mean, we can't do anything too serious. We meet him in a couple. Oh, this time. Oh, God.
Additionally, lieutenants and Commander Catheris, I'm going to need you to take one of our smaller shuttles and see if you can modify it to give it a similar stealth system to the Cassini herself.
So Hen
I
just
can
goes
look
to
into it.
and it's like, we could probably do that with the Delta Flyer. It's got the strongest power core. Would be the one to handle it.
Whatever it takes. Yeah, I'm not terribly fond of this mission either.
I mean, it's not the worst mission. We're doing a good thing, right?
There's the fact that we may have to pretend to be ourselves.
That
Not-
may be problematic.
I'm not entirely sure what the. As far as I can recall, there's been no direct connection with the Patriarch before the incident on M3, but. And Harrison's just looking directly over at Catheris.
There's just like, yep.
Ariel pipes in and goes, well, we can at least rule out Fang being present because she would still be on Nimbus at this time.
Thankfully.
Yeah. And as far as I can tell from what little records we've been able to recover, we never encountered the Patriarch before.
Small mercies, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be hard to hide anything because he has, like, telepathy and shit.
On that note,
There, we might be able to synthesize some telepathy blockers. Am I correct, Doctor?
It's certainly possible.
It would be
And-
exceedingly difficult as the technology was still experimental in our time frame.
But
And there's a whole issue of trust as well. If he detects that we've got mental blockers, then he's going to wonder why.
So remind me again why we're the ones that have to do this?
We're currently the only ship with the arc currents. They're unable to send any cloaked vessels because the Iconians have already been able to pierce through that cloak. Our system, ironically being lower tech, has actually proven to be a bit of a strength.
but
Great. But, you know, we're totally putting the Prime Directive at risk, the Temporal Prime Directive at risk. That's great.
Starfleet has shown repeatedly that they have no regard for the Temporal Prime Directive when there's a war to win.
As I said, I'm not a fan of it, but at least with us here, we can do what we can.
There may also be the situation of, if this is a case of a predestination paradox, then we already know that we will be successful in this mission.
I believe the Admiral was the one who said, never trust in the predestination paradox.
I feel a headache coming on.
If you'd like to go to sickbay, I can escort you there.
No, it's... I don't think it's going to go away until we're back home.
Yeah.
Alright.
Try not to think too hard about it. I don't.
Regardless, we'll have our orders, and I suggest we get to work before we reach Cait.
Alright. So, with that, the Cassini slips into Slipstream. Commander Catharis, would you like to decide on the makeup for the away team?
Oh boy. Sure. I have a question. Can I make a roll to see if I know something about a conversation that happened in the past?
What? Before I let you make the roll, I need to have more information than just a conversation in the past.
With Mazoy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling?
This, I guess, would be Insight Command.
Okay, and I'm assuming I don't have a focus for this.
Pretty sure you don't have a focus in temporal mechanics now.
Two successes.
Alright. What specific kind of information are you looking for? I mean, very specific.
Likelihood of running into Mazoy on this mission.
If you do, he never gave any hint, but you will admit that based on what you've learned about Cation and Ferasan relationships, he was a lot warmer than a lot of others are, so maybe it's possible, or maybe he's just a nice guy. You're just gonna have to wait and see.
Cool. Okay, that's fine. So, makeup for the mission. Probably... Sahen?
Sahen, why would you need Sahen?
Well, if not, like... Oh, wait, you mean, like, actually going to the planet?
Yes, the people going down to the planet.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was thinking about, like, doing the silent running stuff, but okay. Going to the planet. I will say... Talus. obviously. Because we're gonna need a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, and I would see if Kagon wants to come as well.
Given that we are trying to extract a Klingon Defense Force officer under Alliance orders, I think it might be wise to have my presence. I will come with you.
All right. So far you've got Talus, Kagon, and Graz. This is kind of a small party, if you end up having to face Iconians. You've also got all the secondary characters you could bring with you.
Oh.
Ooh, you could bring the Jem'Hadar.
Yes, I will definitely bring the Jem'Hadar. That is a good call.
Add Tavita Rika to the list.
Who else do we have as
If you scroll down, they're in Cassini's crew.
See, we got some Makos.
Yeah, you do have Makos. You've also got some generic red shirts as well.
Yeah. I would see how Talus feels about bringing Rayshawn.
You can definitely talk to her about it.
Yeah, I will bring it up. I will bring it up to Talus and be like, "Would you like him to get his feet under him?"
Well, he might as well while I'm around. You know, someone's gonna watch his ass.
Literally?
Oh.
Gotta make sure it doesn't get blown off.
Talus is a professional when it comes to the pew-pew. Because she doesn't want to die.
And then, potentially an engineer, just in case we need anything, like repairs or anything else.
Do you want... Yeah, you've got Kashima. We've also got some generic engineers you could bring as well.
Yeah, let's bring Kashima.
Alright.
Let's kill all the named characters.
Would you like to bring the Makos along as fire support?
Yeah.
Alright.
The GM is like, would you like to do this?
Would you like some extra firepower during an Iconian battle? Yes.
Well, that covers
Ironically, making a group too big would actually make it easier.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah. There's a balance here between personnel and, stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Runs like loud or quiet.
Yeah. And then...
And how many people will fit in the Delta Flyer?
About
That's
30.
also true.
Yeah,
remember, Delta Flyer has a big rear compartment.
Yeah.
Did you just basically say that Delta Flyer has a big ass?
Well, it was designed by Tom Paris.
Fair.
It's thick with 3 C's.
Alright, and then lastly, do you want to bring any medical personnel, since that's going to be the only department you didn't tap?
Yeah, if Vrask wants to come, I'll bring Vrask.
Bring Vivaros, just in case.
Meanwhile, on the ship, it's going to be the captain and Ariel.
No, because we have other supporting characters who can fill in for the bridge crew. You're not...
I was just being a dork.
I'm not taking the captain because someone needs to stay on the ship.
I wouldn't go anyway, even though ironically we do have an...
Yeah. But
I could send you and stay on the ship instead.
Technically,
no, you can't. Technically, you can't. The only person who gets to order him around is Verask.
Well,
Who, by the way, Journey, are you going on the away mission?
I was gonna ask, do they need a medical professional to go with them just in case?
The offer is open. Just
Then, if that's the case, Verask would go.
All right.
You know, the
And
captain
Dr.
should stay on the ship.
Captain gets to stay on the ship. We're taking all the named characters except for the captain. Better chance of
Stay
away.
on.
Yeah, the away team has a high chance of survival at this point.
The ship, not so much. Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to cut down, I over prepare. This is who I.
I'm just being silly tonight. Don't mind me.
Honestly, it doesn't.
Go ahead. I was going to make a suggestion, but
Go ahead, make your suggestion.
my suggestion would be to cutting the Makos and just going with supporting crew. Simply because,
Okay.
again, too many people would get noticed far too easily.
Okay. If you think, and we are taking the Jem'Hadar, which is enough of a Mako in itself.
Yeah.
Hey, Gretz got the punchy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look,
Everybody
Brass
on the crew generally knows how to pew pew.
except Kagon. But
No, Kagon's good against Iconians.
that's true. Kagon is good against Iconians. I take that back. Yeah,
I
this
do have
is
a question.
of course.
I'm looking over my character sheet. My Verask has a resistance of 6.
Yes, because you have body armor, which is 2, and then a personal shield, which is transient of 4.
Ah, okay. Just making
You
sure.
guys are going fully armed.
Okay,
Yeah, you got-
there's no equipment listed, and I was just like, why do I have a resistance?
Yeah, I'll update your character sheet between sessions.
Okay, thank you. I was just curious.
Yeah,
Oh, Verask does take a phaser.
yeah, you will need one. So you've got a type 2 in there.
Just for this mission's sake and future sakes, do we have anything resembling drop pods? Just in case we can't beam somebody into a hostile situation?
You could rig an escape pod, but then you're out of an escape pod.
Just something to keep in mind.
You've also got a number of Type 8 shuttles that are basically the expendable shuttles.
I guess we could also hollow out a proton torpedo.
This is also true. You can transport people inside photon torpedo tubes.
Yeah. Just something
That
I'm
would
thinking
be a
of later.
wild ride.
Yeah.
And a one-way trip.
Oh yeah, no, that's an ODST drop right there. Just not this session. I mean future sessions. Just
All
in case we
right.
go into somewhere that's never mind.
All right. So, Commander Catheris, can I get you to roll a control engineering? You'll be assisted by the Centurion. And do you have a focus in stealth technology?
I do not.
Sorry. So, roll it.
I have a focus in other stuff, but not in that. I will give you a threat for bold.
All right. Threat taken.
Why isn't it rolling? That's weird.
Oh, it looks like it's
just rolled a whole
delayed.
bunch at
Oh,
once.
All
Black
right.
spike.
Fortunately, they're the same rolls in either case, so I'm gonna say both you and Sahan are very successful. Gain a point of momentum. You're able to modify the Delta Flyer. It will not be as effective in an atmosphere, however, because of atmospheric resistance generating heat off the hull. However, you're unlikely to get targeted by one of the large capital ships. You're thinking that if you have to deal with like a dogfight, that might be an issue, but you're probably not going to deal with an orbital bombardment being very accurate.
That
All right.
yeah, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm. And that information, of course, disseminates throughout the entire crew because Graz, if he's going to pilot that thing, has to be aware of it.
Thank you.
All right. Is anything anyone wants to do before we start the mission proper?
I'm just saying that Graz would probably do like free flight checks and would be keeping up on what the engineering crew are doing to his Delta Flyer.
I'm going to inform the away team that if the situation becomes too extraction may. Sorry, I'm going to inform the away team that if the situation becomes too hot, we may extraction may prove exceedingly difficult.
Kind of like saying that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry. Starfleet gave us orders to basically to bug out if things got too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. So you might be leaving us if it gets to it. Good
Well,
to know.
I'm telling you that Starfleet gave us orders.
I want to make sure that Kashima has an engineering kit,
Okay.
and I want to take a sabotage kit.
All right. Any other special? Anyone else?
I don't know how to add the sabotage kit to my sheet.
Don't worry about it. I will tell you what to roll and so forth.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a standard medical kit I can take with the doctor, or?
Yes, there is. It's in. Let's see what page that is on the core rule book.
Or equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. Tools and portable items is on page 196, which includes medical devices. There's an extended one inside the medical rulebook as well.
Alrighty.
So.
Doctor, a word.
Of course, Kagon.
Do you have anything in your medical arsenal that could, if need be, temporarily neutralize a Ferasan's telepathic or telekinetic abilities?
That would be a role-making thing for you, Verask.
Okay, I was about to ask.
Yeah, I'd be happy to assist. Like, Kagon's got some
Okay.
biochemical background, so we might be able to come up with something.
Well, the focus on this would be telepathy and psionic powers. So,
right. The thing is that those are activated by brain chemistry.
yeah, but if you don't have a knowledge of how they work because they don't function like normal biochemical processes, you're kind of crossing in the line between medical science and medical metaphysics. So,
I mean, you're not wrong.
yeah.
Alright, so none of my focuses would apply here.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficulty 4 roll.
If you guys get a couple.
Okay.
It's going to be reason, science, or medical.
If you guys get a complication, just go, yes, we do have an answer.
Right? I mean, it'll tell him.
It's a butt of the it's the butt of a rifle to the back of the head.
I'm gonna look over my talents really quickly. See if there's anything that could help me.
Sure thing. And I'm assuming if you're looking over talents, you're taking the lead on this.
I mean, I have cautious science, if that would help.
I've got bold medicine that I've never used ever.
Because you never have anything to do. Yeah, this is the time to make those rolls.
Question: would quick study work here?
You have to refresh me on what quick study is.
When attempting a task that will involve an unfamiliar medical procedure or which is to treat an unfamiliar species, ignore any difficulty increase stemming from your unfamiliarity.
I will allow it, and but I will only consider it a 1-point drop to a 3 difficulty.
Okay, that makes me feel better because I was thinking of burning my daily to do that. So if it's just a 3, I won't burn my daily.
I wouldn't burn a daily on this one.
Yeah, it's a little early in the game.
Like, take a threat for bold, definitely, because you've got me to assist.
Okay, yeah, so I'll go ahead and do the give you a threat for bold.
Alright, threat taken. Extra dice given.
And you're good.
You have to give a determination for Italices.
For what?
For Italices.
No.
Because bold, italics.
Get out.
Bold more applies to exclamation points.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, you can
So
reroll one.
Yes, you can reroll 1 for ask.
Okay, I'll reroll one of the zeros.
Yeah,
My
reroll the one.
roommate is squishing me. Hold on.
Dude, timing.
All right.
Got it.
Hey, you did it.
Yeet.
I did. Andy, my glasses.
So while our doctor is blind, I'm just going to detail what's going on. So you're not sure there is absolutely nothing you can do that can suppress his telekinetic powers. They're too rare and too not well understood in order to suppress it.
Mm-hmm.
You also know that a lot of what would be required to suppress telepathy or telekinetic powers, you would essentially have to put a big piece of machinery on his head.
Like a big foil hat.
More like a big tinfoil helmet with electrodes and shit.
Like the Magneto helmet.
Kind of, yeah. There's some research into some portable psionic inhibitors, but Beyond the Nexus hasn't happened yet, so we haven't perfected that technology.
Okay. What about if there's nothing that I can make or do that would suppress? What about something that I'm assuming would take away his ability to focus enough to use his abilities? Not knocking him out, but making it hard enough for him to focus and maybe do something with his telekinetic ability.
Alright, so I'm going to say that is kind of... You're going to run into 2 major issues with doing that. One, anything that would distract him in that manner is the same thing that you guys. It'd be like getting him drunk or something. Downside to that, you also risk him misfiring his powers, because God knows what a drunk telepath will do.
Yeah,
Let's find out.
Okay, so the safest thing to do is either have him agree to come with us or just knock him out.
This seems more like you're going to have to diplomatize.
Well, that's
It's nice to have the option, but if we're not going to have it, we're not going to have it. I get
that's fine.
Yeah, the psionics, going down the anti-psionic route is a really difficult thing to do as a Starfleet character, because that's treading lines it's research is done into it, but it's so poorly understood, and it breaks so many normal rules of science, and it's just a legacy thing of TOS that just results in craziness when you try to adapt it to a modern setting. So just roll with it.
Just pull all the old Tal Shiar archives. Oh, great.
Unfortunately,
Someone get the Empress Sila on the line.
Unfortunately, Lieutenant Commander, I don't think there's anything between the two of us we'd be able to do to solve what problems may occur if he decides to become violent. The best thing to do is hopefully we can rely on our more diplomatic abilities in this situation.
Would have
You
been
got
nice
your
to have an
best
ace up
diplomat. Me.
Catharis diplomatizing, that's a...
As the commander just kind of walks by, pointing finger guns at both of us.
Yeah, basically.
You just see Pavaros in the corner going, I don't like this plan.
There's also the fact that having an ace up your sleeve means that he knows you have an ace.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You really run into the risk of, I know that you know that I know you know I know.
Basically,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Alright, moving on from this, because we've gone a little afield, is there anything else before we leave?
Can Talus bring smoke grenades?
Talus may absolutely bring smoke grenades. However, they do have an opportunity cost because they're just modified pulse grenades. How many are you taking?
Oh, I don't know. How many should I
It's a-
take?
It's a point of
Talus
threat
is like,
per.
I don't know, carrying a bag full.
So it's a point of threat per, according to the rulebook.
Okay.
2.
I'll take 2. Yeah, 2 sounds good.
Alright. 2 smoke grenades.
And they're going to be effective against Iconian visual sensors or anything, right?
I mean, they're pulse grenades so that you can modify them if need be as an EMP grenade, a flashbang, what have you, photon grenades.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna pull Harrison aside before we leave.
Alrighty.
Any tips?
I hate to say it, but if the Patriarch knows who you were beforehand, you may have to act like yourself.
Okay, noted.
It might just be best to try to keep conversation with him too.
Okay, so what exactly am I telling?
The truth. In order to secure a repair site, he needs to be.
Okay, you cut out.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
sorry.
cutting out pretty bad.
The truth. In order to secure some supply lines for repair stations on Ferasan Prime, he needs to be present.
Okay.
He's probably going to pick up things regarding our current situation, but it's best that we don't mention it. Because the less people know about the situation, the easier it is to keep the timeline intact.
Yeah, how that's the whole I kill your sister in the future thing.
You know
Yeah,
they
not to
say
think
you
about.
know when they say don't think about elephants?
Yeah, and all you can think about is elephants. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, Lord. You see, just pinching the bridge of his nose. Well, if any luck, you just keep your mind focused on what's happening, and just try not to do the talking.
Cool. I'm the The commanding officer will not do that. Okay, Logan. I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder.
If it helps, just imagine your thoughts and put a brick wall around them. Because that's what I
We're
do.
gonna have an. Yeah, I've noticed.
No, I mean as an actual technique to resist telepathic intrusion.
Oh, I just shove it in a jar.
Yeah, whatever works. Make sure it's an opaque jar. I mean, visualization is actually.
But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully not screw this up and fuck up the timeline royally. And no pressure.
Just do the job we were asked to do. That's all we can. And if things get hairy, I mean, screw the owners. We'll bug you out.
No, if things get hairy, you run. You have a legacy on this ship.
Well, Commander, that's why I'm the captain. He just kind of grins.
Ugh. And I just turn and walk out of the room.
All right.
Have fun storming the castle.
So, I'm gonna call it here for any scenes, just to move things along. You guys drop from warp inside the Cait system and are immediately greeted by this sight on the view screen.
Go for silent running.
Ariel responds, condition gray, rigging it for dark mode.
We're going to keep the Cassini on the edge of Cait's space. You'll have to take the shuttle.
Well, the best solution, Ariel speaking up, would be to hit our thrusters, coast through the Armada, since we're not going to be picked up on their sensors as is, and then...
Can someone please turn off that alert?
And then... And then to deploy the shuttle at close range for rapid retrieval if need be.
Alright, let's get it done.
Alright. Baz, can I get a control con assisted with the ship's computer?
Yeah, this is definitely a thing Raz is gonna want to do.
Mm-hmm. It's only going to be a difficulty 1, fortunately.
Tiptoe.
So he's got to focus in stealth maneuvers.
Yeah. Sorry, this actually will be a daring con roll for you.
Daring con, okay.
Reminded of a similar situation the Enterprise D once encountered in field.
I might take the a momentum for cautious, just in case.
Alright, you can take it.
I suggest no one starts singing the Russian national anthem.
Okay.
Well, 4 successes.
5 successes. On what was a difficulty 1 roll, so...
Hell yeah, you're gonna need that momentum.
Yeah, 4 momentum. Image cuts to the outside of the ship, if this was the show. You see the impulse engines flash red for a moment, then go black, and the ship just sails through the Armada, coming out on the other side, at close range to the planet.
I assume nobody speaks except for that absolutely needed dialogue during this sequence, even though the self-systems don't need that.
Yeah, everyone's... It's that scene from Atlantis, where, like, why are we whispering? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no,
It
this
just
is
feels like the right
Hunt,
thing.
this is like Hunt for the Red October thing right now.
Yeah.
Scene in Serenity when they're like going through Reaver space and they're all like looking through the windows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys are on passive
Playing in the
sensors.
background.
But we're going to have a quick moment down in the shuttle bay as the team is getting into the Delta Flyer. Commander Cathera, someone walks up to you.
Oh, good. Oh, hi,
Commander.
Gray.
Commander, I wanted to wish you luck.
Thanks.
I thought I should also provide you with a little intelligence on what you're going to face down there.
Would you like to come with?
Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be opposed, but we're a little short-handed on qualified high-level personnel right now. What with you taking the entire senior staff. Now, the captain will need me here.
Uh-huh.
But I want you to know, Cait's been under siege for 2 weeks already. It is not going to be a pretty sight down there.
Great.
Which is why I think there's someone else who's going to want to come with you who knows the lay of the land. And he walks away. As your father walks up to you.
Why are you here?
Have you ever been to Cait?
I should be asking. Not.
I never
anyone-
took you.
Then no, I haven't.
Well, then you need someone who actually understands what the hell's going on down there. And the fact that the capital city is sitting right outside of a jungle, well, you'll need someone who actually has hiked those mountains and those trees.
And how does... You haven't told him how...
No, because he would be down here. Well, I'm not going to describe what would go down.
Blowing our cover and the silence that we have surrounding the ship.
Among other things. Probably involving asses and foots.
Ah, yes, I've heard that speech before.
Shall we?
And I just motion to the ship.
And he just hops on. Alright. I'm gonna cut back to the view screen image, because I can't do an aerial shot for this, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. The shuttle bay doors open just enough for the Delta Flyer to fly on out as the Eagle, as it's named, comes about and starts approaching the planet in dark mode. You see the reddish glow of the atmosphere burning against the hull as you go down. Shields are up, you're at red alert. And you come in over the primary capital city, and it's like watching something out of a post-apocalyptic film. Lots of the beautiful crystal spire skyscrapers have been shot down. You're seeing Caitian stalker fighters engaged in battle with mirror fighters. And it looks like chaos down there. It's up to the late team now.
I'm gonna look to Mazaka.
He goes, the only thing I can say is if they will probably not be in the Capitol building. Maybe try contacting some of the troops.
They'll have some sort of chain of command down there.
Whatever's left of it, anyway.
Do we know the commanding KDF officer down there?
No,
Did we
you
get
don't.
that?
You did not get that information. Even knowing that the Patriarch was on the planet was not willingly given, let's just say.
Okay.
You might try the Caitian Defense Force, however.
Okay. Do we know a contact through the Caitian Defense Force?
You didn't get one. You could check with whatever Alliance signals are coming from the surface.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright. Who's acting as acting communications officer on this?
I'm gonna say Kashima, probably.
Alright. So I'm gonna have Kashima kind of do be a reason science roll for him. Alright, he passes. He's like, I've got a line of communication to some outpost. Hailing frequencies open, Commander.
Okay, give me a second. I have to record this.
Okay.
I guess I'll just go with the standard, this is Commander Catheris of the USS Cassini. We have been sent to assist.
Commander Catheris, this is Hisao Yatar. Wanted to let you know comms may be compromised. And I just gotta tell you, Commander, days can seem like hours down here.
Noted.
Eyebrow.
Is there a safe place we can touch down?
Not in the city, Commander. Unfortunately, we're having a hard time securing the area. Most of the civilian population has fled into the countryside.
Noted. We'll find a place to touch down and rendezvous as soon as...
Negative. Do not rendezvous with our position. Are you looking for Alpha Charlie target? If you want to make a roll to try and comprehend what they just said.
Yep, please.
Insight Command, your intelligence operations will apply. Difficulty 1.
Insight Command. Nice.
Alright, you hella succeed and max out your momentum. Well, for now, anyways. Once... yeah, Iconians. Basically, what he just said is, are you looking for our leader? Basically referring to what would be equivalent to the Prime Minister of Cait.
And that's not who I'm looking for.
No, but you're willing to bet it's a safe bet that the two heads of state probably were in close relation to each other.
Okay, so I will reply in a cagey affirmative.
Understood, Commander. Alpha Charlie and Bravo Charlie target retreated east about 2 hours ago. Mizaka says that's into the jungle.
Any idea of their situation before they flew?
Negative. We have had no contact in 1.5 hours.
Noted.
Can I get another... I'm not gonna make you roll because you already did a successful roll. So the other thing he said was days could seem like hours. He's telling you that they fled 2 days ago and they have had no communication for 1.5 days.
Yeah, okay. We will keep you updated as the situation progresses.
Understood, Commander. And good luck. And the channel closes.
Almost 2 days in that jungle?
It's going to be harder to find it than you think. You can forget about running a scan. This planet has a number of native felinoid species besides the Caitians. They ran in there.
Certainly what they were counting on.
Precisely. It's a method of obscuring life signs.
Can we do some sort of basic telepathy? They could have traveled on foot from the capital into the jungle?
Well, having done it myself as a child, I would say your best bet would be to check by Mount Katora. It's about 2 days on foot if you were traveling. High ground, pretty defensible, lots of local wildlife. Very dense forest, however. Just to be clear, the native flora in this region is roughly equivalent to the Amazon rainforest back on Earth.
Is there any type of flora or fauna that we should worry about coming into contact?
Well, not really. Other than Iconians, of course.
That's
anything anything else, we can pretty easily fend off with phasers.
Do you know for us to touch down and remain in cover?
No, you're not going to be able to do that. There's almost next to no clearings in this jungle. The whole point of it. And any that are beneath the canopy.
Beam down and leave the Delta Flyer in orbit.
Beaming down would also not be advisable. You'll have a hard time reading through the floor. You're going to have to do a drop.
Great.
Fortunately, I brought pattern enhancers.
All right. I'm gonna let you take the lead on where the point is.
Well, I can't exactly take the lead on this. I can give you an idea of what would be the logical progression, but...
I meant on the area, but...
In other words, where should I land this thing?
Well, or where should you hover this thing?
Hover this thing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I put grass like what he said.
Where should I take
Alright,
this
so-
thing? Yeah.
Alright, Graz, can I get you to do a... This would just be a control con roll, difficulty 1.
Basically, where do we park?
More accurately, where do we not crash into a tree?
Okay, I'm not gonna use momentum for this. It'll just be a standard roll. Atmospheric flight focus.
Okay, yeah. So that's 2 more momentum. So Basaka points out the kind of craggy mountain in the distance. You find a break where there's actually an old rope bridge over crossing a waterfall that doesn't look like it's been attacked. And you come up close and you open the rear compartment so that people can jump down. And everyone makes their jumps, with the exception of Grass, who has to fly the ship.
I give Grass a salute as I jump out.
It might be wise to leave a second person on the ship as well.
That's fair.
Who would you like to leave behind?
I'm gonna leave Rishon.
Rayshawn? Okay.
Yeah, just because pro-tech.
Alright. So Ray stays behind, and then the Delta Flyer heads it to a higher altitude to stay out of sight of any ground forces.
When you're ready to be picked up, hail me, and I'll be back here, ready to pick you up. We will be back here, ready to pick you up.
We do some sick flips out the back.
Alright.
We're holding you to that, Lieutenant.
Chalice is just like deuces.
Alright, so you guys are now inside the Caitian jungle. Lieutenant Commander Kagon, can I get you to do a reason science roll, please?
Yes.
Just to do an area of effect scan.
Yep. Reason science. What's my difficulty?
So it's going to be a scaling difficulty. Difficulty 2 for the basic scan. Difficulty 4 to get full information.
Mm.
In that case, I'm going to take 3 momentum since I see you've got 8.
You may.
For 2 extra dice and cautious. Do my focuses apply here?
Which focuses would you like to apply?
Xenobiology and xenobotany.
I will allow it.
Okay.
And
Re-rolling the 0. Or the complication. Okay, so 2 successes.
okay, so 2 successes. You're not able to distinguish out Caitian or Ferasan life signs.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that there is a small cluster of felinoid near the peak of the mountain. You're also seeing a large amount of them in this undercarriage below. You are also detecting Iconian forces, the biological kind, not the drones they have that walk around. These are like people actually like cutting through with the herald staffs through the jungle.
Commander, I'm reading Philanoid life signs. And Mazaka was not kidding about this jungle making readings more difficult. However, I am also picking up Iconian thralls and larger life forms.
Can you tell how far?
The heralds are pretty much everywhere.
Pick a direction, Lieutenant.
Great. This might be a weird thing, and you can. Can I take off my shoes?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take off my shoes.
Get comfortable.
I will a little backpack or something. I'll just like put them there. If not, congratulations, Cait. You now have shoes on your forest floor.
Yeah, I mean, you just like strap them to your belt.
Yeah, that's fine. So I guess we head in the direction of the
Direction of the what?
the mountain.
Mountain. Well, you're on the mountain. You're going towards the mountain peak, though.
Well, only way is up.
All right. And up you will go. So, start making your way, and you're still reading a cluster, which suggests that it's either a camp or it's, well, not, and you're walking into a den. So, 50-50 chance of that.
Can my scans pick up anything that would be indicative of a defensive firing position? Like concentrations of sandbags, anything like that? Does sandbag even stop a herald staff weapon? I don't know, but
yeah, that's the thing. If they ran into this, they probably didn't take like traditional fortifications. It would just be really bulky and unnecessary.
yeah.
It's trying to scan for the signature of energy weapon firing.
There's nothing like that. There hasn't been any weapon fire. Probably if it's a case of
not weapons fire, the power packs.
The power packs. Okay, that's gonna have to be a roll. Difficulty is going to be 5 though, because of intense sensor interference.
You could also do a traditional like survival roll, trying to see for signs of humanoid, traversal.
That's probably going to be an easier roll.
I'm happy to do one if Kagon wants to do the other.
I think it would be better if I just assist with the survival roll. Honestly, a difficulty 5 roll, I'm not feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be a difficulty 3 for a survival.
Okay, so yeah, I want to see if I can pick up, like, traversal through the area, how, like, maybe how many, how long ago, that kind of...
So this would be an insight security roll, which I will allow Kagon to assist with recent science providing sensor data.
My insight security isn't bad either.
All right, whatever you want.
Okay.
I don't think constantly watching would help in this case, right?
The talent? No. Well, actually, I need to double check what the talent says.
To detect danger or hidden enemies.
The problem is it's not our enemies who are hiding.
I mean, some of them are, maybe.
I'm going to allow you to do that in difficulty by.
Hey, so difficulty 2.
Yeah, difficulty 2. So roll it.
Does my intelligence operations focus apply?
Yes.
Wow!
Yeah.
You can before you say anything, you can re-roll that if you like spend momentum or.
The only way they would have to do.
You could also
how much
pop your determination.
Determination.
How much momentum?
So it's 2 momentum, but you could only re-roll 1 die.
I mean, Kagon's assisting difficulty 2,
Yeah.
so yeah,
I mean,
I'll
you need to
re-roll
get
1.
1 success.
All right.
Pop a DT.
There we
Alright.
go.
All right.
And then Kagon's roll, please.
Got it.
All right, so you can say that this would be a good bet. It can the terrain is definitely traversable. The problem with felinoids is like Cation paws gonna look a lot like the local felinoids, just like paw pads. There has been movement in the area going up the mountain, but you don't know how recent it is. With having a making roll, it's just there's something up there. It is a defensible position. It's probably got good line of sight. It's also kind of a small clearing around that's surrounded by a thicket. So good cover.
Yeah.
Good sight lines. Exactly what you would need.
If I were trying to avoid a fight, this is where I would go.
If I were trying to cover my ass, this is where I'd go.
All right. And it's about, if you had to guess, probably a 3-hour hike from where you are.
All right.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do now while you're making this hike?
Talos is just being a beast.
Chopping down with the machete.
I suppose Graz would have to chat with Rayshawn.
What's that conversation like?
So you like the uppercuts, or you're kind of more of a defensive fighter? But at this moment, an hour into your hike, we're actually going to cut back to the Cassini, which is,
no.
Yeah, we're cutting back.
No.
Yeah. So the
It was nice to see you guys.
Yeah, captain is on the bridge. It's just Ryuka Communications. You've got El Saba at the con, also doing double duty as a science officer. And then Colonel Dagara is at the tactical station. And your yeoman is...
Did we get Takara or Dagara?
Dagara.
Okay, I thought he was currently on a Cavalier.
No, remember, he was on board with the Admiral when he beamed over.
Oh god, right now. It's been forever, sorry.
Yeah. But he's acting chief of security while the lieutenant is away.
Okay, makes sense.
And you get a communication in from, of all people that you do not want to see right now, the Admiral.
Which Admiral?
The one who's been handling your guys' affairs. That Admiral. And he pops up on the view screen. Captain, have you been able to extract the Patriarch yet?
Admiral, no, we haven't. We're still currently in the middle of the operation.
Well, unfortunately, you're about to lose your support. Admiral Quinn's pulling back the fleet from Cait. There's been an incident. Beta said was just attacked.
And he's pooling resources to respond.
We're starting to be flanked by the Iconians. We don't have the forces. Cait's valuable as a supply line to colonies along the Galactic Rim, but it's less important than the core worlds.
That's some cold calculus there, Admiral.
It always is.
I understand the situation. We'll continue the mission as per.
Negative, Captain. Your forces will have to remain for an later extraction. Recall your shuttlecraft and depart. Without the fleet distracting the main fleet, they will likely be able to penetrate your stealth systems.
I'm willing to take that chance, Admiral.
I am not, however, Captain. I will not pull you from the sector to direct you to another battle. I am simply asking you to withdraw from the system so that when there is a better opportunity for you to extract your people, or if the opportunity arises to make a stealth quick retrieval, you can make it.
Harrison gives him some very, very pointed stare before responding in the affirmative.
System LS-22 is only about 5 light years away. It has a white dwarf star that will mask your energy signature. There's also a gas giant that's filled with deuterium that you could scoop for fuel.
Understood.
I know this is hard, Captain. But you have to trust that your people will be able to get through this, and you will be able to retrieve them. Godspeed,
Cassini out. He cuts it off before the ammo can finish.
Alright. Yeah, and he's off screen and back to the image of Cait.
The Admiral's not going to be happy.
This is fine.
The guard is going.
It's fine. We can die. It's fine. Oh wait, no, we gotta make sure Mazaka makes it off the planet.
The guard is just like, he's got a point, and as you start seeing the Alliance vessels warping out of the system, without them being distracted, they're gonna see us.
Prepare a rapid-fire data. Spreading more direct communications. Let them know of our current situation and our current path. Set a course for the White Dwarf Star. I'm not abandoning them. We're just moving to a different position for the time being.
Aye, sir.
And let them know they are not to put their heads out from whatever place they're going to bunker up.
All right. So that message is sent. The Eagle returns to the shuttle bay, and you guys jump to warp.
Yeah, it's on a direct line of
Oh,
communication.
Sean's gonna be pissed.
Oh, he is. He is pissed, and the first thing he does when he gets back on board is demand to take Talos' spot at tactical.
Like Razzie's like just along with like as pissed, like we gotta.
Meanwhile, you
Wait,
guys.
do we know that Graz had to leave, right? We got that as an update.
Yeah,
we sent it to you as a bird text packet.
Yeah, that went
Oh,
to your
good.
tricorders. That went to your tricorders and sent off a chirp on your comm badge, saying you got a text message. And you guys get those
Good luck
orders.
to the rest of the group.
Well, we knew the situation would be dangerous when we came down.
Yeah, but now we have no backup.
You don't need backup, says Tavita Rika. What you have to be is the closest thing to a Jem'Hadar giving a smile.
See, that's all we need. Just a bit of confidence.
I'm not sure this is the kind of confidence I want.
Look, we
Without
just
the
have
fleet, Cassini would have just been one more target in the sky. They're better off where they're going.
Kishina,
Strategically speaking, you're right. But
we're 6, there are 145 people. I think the numbers say we're the expendable ones.
We're not expendable, Kashima.
Feels like it right now.
I know it does, but trust. We'll be fine.
Is Misaka having Dominion War flashbacks?
A little bit. He's got that 1,000-yard stare in his eyes.
Also, just as a quick ask, has he been temporarily reinstated, or is he just wearing the excursion
He's just wearing
protection?
It's just armor, basically. He's not wearing his rank pips. If he was reinstated, he would have commander pips on.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall in line next to Misaka.
Okay. Who's taking point then?
I'll take point.
Oh,
Or Talus. Makes more sense, sorry.
Yeah.
It's alright. I mean, Kagon, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I got this.
Of course you do.
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. Just bringing up some old memories. Old, bad memories.
If you... I mean, we don't really have a chance to stop and, take a break, but...
I'll be fine. But thank you.
Gonna kick that Admiral's ass.
Good luck with that. I mean, without getting a court-martial, that is. Also, which Admiral? Because, if it's going to be,
No, the one who clearly made the decision to make Harrison leave.
Ah. So, the one who's not as big of an asshole.
He doesn't scare me.
Well, whoever your commanding officer is now, of course not. But, yeah. Ted will delete you from time. Gishima's just kind of rocking back and forth. I don't want to do this.
Vrask is just there just keep breathing, you'll be fine. Breathe in, breathe out.
Go.
Alright, so the away team keeps walking and walking and walking, and after a couple of hours, kind of come into a clearing that obviously has some, primitive tents and, clay fortifications made out of the local rocks and stuff. And almost immediately, you are jumped by 4 people wearing Klingon honor guard uniforms, holding disruptor rifles.
Oh god.
I just shout, stand down in Klingon.
And you hear a response in Ferasan saying, "No, you will stand down."
Do any of us speak Ferasan?
Well, the translator will take care of that for you. But it's one of those languages that kind of still has that effect like the Gorn does, where some of it kind of leaks through because of complicated linguistics.
Right.
Well, and having encountered the Patriarch before, we would recognize his voice, so... Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll stand down.
So did you actually want to see if you recognize that voice?
I mean, we've met the Patriarch before, so...
Well, if that's
Yes.
the Patriarch, if you're assuming it's the Patriarch, you have to roll for it.
Okay,
That-
yeah, I'll roll.
Insight command, I'd guess. Or, no, security. Insight security. Difficulty 1.
Okay. I don't think I have a focus that applies.
You don't have a focus that applies to hearing, as far as I know.
Nope. No, I would imagine not. All right.
Alright.
Got it.
That's not the... That voice is not the Patriarch's. It
Okay.
is, however, someone else's, and that's quickly confirmed when he removes his helmet. And Catharis, your worst fears are confirmed.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna be here.
And that's where we have to end tonight, unfortunately.
You say unfortunately, but I mean, come on, the timing couldn't have been better there.
It's true. This was really well timed.
It was.
Just surprise! Bet you thought you saw the last of me.
You've seen the last of me for the first of me.
Remember, he knows he was. He doesn't know the current Catharis.
Mhm.
Oh, I know. No, just helmet, Catharis instantly. Fuck!
And that's actually where, like, if this was a TV show, it's over the fuck. Alright, everyone, we're calling it there. We'll see you guys next week with part 2.
Yes.